Hey, good evening. I hope that I'm clear enough. Yeah, someone can just confirm that I'm clear enough. Someone to just confirm that I'm clear enough.
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. So I can see we are 10. Uh, in the meantime, you can, if you have any question, you can ask. For the topics that we have been learning since we started this course. Let's wait for others to join so that we can get into our today's learning. So if you have a question on yesterday's lecture or any other lecture, or maybe you want a clarification, you can just raise up your hand and I'll just unmute your mic to ask the question. I'm hoping that my screen is visible. Uh, can someone confirm? I can see that so someone said it is visible. So, any question for the last lectures that we have been having? And for those who have not yet submitted the assignment, so I think you should submit your assignments. We're still 11. We can give the others just a few minutes to join. Uh, David Mwangi, how is coding so far?
Oh, coding is interesting.
So far, it is interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Okay, 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 okay. Any other person who have a comment on maybe coding? How is coding so far? Let's wait for others to join. I can see we are still 12. I don't know why most of us are late. Alvin, I think we did all the basics for programming, and now today I'll be introducing some new concepts that again we are going to be using in some data analysis. So Ronnie, how is programming so far? Ronnie Ouma,
Yes,
how is programming so far?
I find it's cool.
Okay. Did you did you did you practice on while loop? There is
Yes.
a, okay. So you have no problem with while loop. Okay. I don't know how many minutes we should give these guys to join our today's meeting. I think you can just give them another 3 minutes because I can see we are few. We are 13 of us, and at least let us maybe so we can just wait for another two guys to join so that we can start our today's lecture. That we can be at least half. Alvin, 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 do you have any question?
Good evening. As far as I'm concerned, I don't have any question.
Okay.
Only that, on my side, I've been held up a bit, so I haven't been able to see much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bruno, Bruno, can you hear me? I think Bruno has never said anything in our session. Bruno, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Yes,
So,
have
how
been
is coding so far?
attentive, but I like it. I'm still new to this, so I'm still learning.
Okay. So I'm waiting for any question. So,
I have a slight request.
okay.
Some of us, because of how life is at the moment,
Uh-huh.
you may end up, being held up for one or two unavoidable reasons. So if at all, the class notes can be shared, on the WhatsApp group, even with the weekly assignment,
Okay.
at least, it will be easier for us who, we may not get enough time to go to YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one will highly appreciate myself.
Okay. Check that. That one is noted. I think we can. We are 14 of us. I think we can just. Let me share my screen. David Mwangi. David Mwangi.
John, I have a question.
Okay, you can just.
I submitted my assignment but late, but it has not been marked or checked.
Oh, it has not. Oh, when did you submit the assignment?
Yesterday.
In the evening.
Yeah. No, around 4 around that time.
Okay, I will give you feedback. I think I haven't checked your assignment, but by tomorrow you will have your results. I think I didn't get an email to see that you have submitted your assignment, but I'll check. I'll check.
Okay. Thank you.
I think we are a good number. Now we can let me just share my screen. Is my screen visible? I'm hoping that my screen is visible to everyone. Today we are just going to introduce ourselves to. I don't know whether we'll make them two, but we. I want to introduce to ourselves some Python libraries that are mostly used in data analysis, and we will start with Pandas, and then later on we will introduce ourselves to NumPy library. So Pandas is a Python library, and it is used for working with data sets. So as all of you know that data analysis mostly revolves around like
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yes, you can.
I don't have the document that you are using.
You don't have the document.
Mm.
I'll share with you this document.
Okay.
Yes. Pandas is just a Python library that is used for working with datasets. Pandas has some analyzing functions. I think yesterday we introduced to ourselves functions, and therefore it should now be familiar to ourselves when I talk of functions. So Pandas got several functions for analyzing, cleaning, and exploring and manipulating data. So how we do the installation of Pandas, we use a command, and we use a pip install Pandas. This is a command that we'll be using to install most of the Python libraries. I think I didn't have much time to teach you about pip, but it is used for installation of Python libraries. I think with time we will get to know about it. And before even I forget, there is a website that I told you guys to create an account, and I don't know how many of you have an account with GitHub. So how many of you have created account with GitHub? There is Victor, uh, Kasola Collins. So any other person? This is Ronnie. Ronnie, do you have a question?
No, I'm saying that I have account with GitHub.
Or you share the link? Okay. I'll do that. Any other person who have created an account?
Yeah, I have an account.
Oh, okay. Any person who have uploaded his work in GitHub so far? Oh, you guys, you are yet to. There is Victor. Victor, I think, has uploaded his work in GitHub. So maybe if we will have time by the end of this lecture, I think I'll touch on that. so that we can push all our codes in GitHub. It's good to create your portfolio there. Yeah, I think we will create an account and maybe upload some of your codes there. So I was saying that we use pip for installation. And this is how we use pip. Pip, we have the pip and then install, and then the library that you want to install. Okay, I want you to go to your machine. For those who are using Linux, you can just open your terminal, and for those who are using Windows, you can just open your CMD. That is command prompt. I need us to do a quick check of the pip version you're using before even we get into today's work. I will also open my CMD. With this machine I'm using Windows. So has everybody opened CMD or terminal for those who are using Linux? I need us to check the version. Has everybody open his terminal or you can type this command and click enter. Has everybody done that? Any person?
PIP version is not recognized as internal or external command.
Okay. That one is a common problem, but we will try to figure out what we are going to do about it. Any other person who is getting the same error? Victor, can you share your screen? There is you can just share your screen so that everybody can see what you have. Let me stop sharing and then so that you can share. Victor, are you able to share? Or Nathan?
Hello.
Yes. Are you able to share your screen?
Let me try to share.
Okay.
No, it is notable.
Okay, you can just try and share it. There is Rone Ouma is using pip 23.21, also Nathan.
Is it visible?
Yes, it is visible. We are told that pip version. Okay, there should be a gap between pip and there should be a space between pip and dash dash version. Oh yeah, okay. Pip is not recognized as an internal or external command. Okay. Version. Okay, we will solve that.
Okay.
Yeah. In a way. Any other person who have gotten the version can share. Nathan, are you able to share your screen? Nathan or Kasola. Kasola is also able to check his pip version. Kasola, are you able to share your screen, Kasola? Yeah. Okay, Nathan has just shared. You can zoom for us to see what you have. Can you zoom your screen? Yeah, I think everybody should have these pip. Yeah, when you use this command. Okay, can you do now pip install pandas? Yeah. It should now be like this. You can just stop sharing your screen so that we can solve some issues with the others. So any other person who is also facing the same problem that pip is not recognized as an internal or external command. Okay, Mochiti, this issue is brought about by like almost everyone. Eric. So I want you to get into your machine and go to search and then type it at the search bar. You can just type environment variables. Let me just share my screen. And I think my screen is visible. So I think everybody has is at let me just start this process. Go to search and search environment and then edit environment variable, and then you can just uh, click environment variables, Are you able to follow?
Can you repeat the last step?
Okay, just go to search. I think everybody is here. We can just go to environment variables. Yeah. I think everybody is at that point. So what I want us to do is just come at path. You can just double click that, and then we do we edit. No, I want us to create new path here. And then just go back to search and search pip. I want us to open the file location of this pip. And then you can just click. I want us to copy this path. We copy this. We create new, and then we just paste this one here, and then we save that one.
Pardon kindly.
At what point are you stuck?
Path.
Path. You can double click path. Then you create new. And then you just you will just go to search again, and then you just search pip. Yeah.
Windows search.
Yes, you search pip.
Pip is bringing me the command prompt.
Then.
No, there is no search.
In Windows.
Command prompt. See.
CMD. Then below it there should be a pip 3.
We have pip folders, pip sites, packages, pip site packages. Yeah, we have folders here. So should I click on the folders?
You can just choose the one with the pip 23.21.
Okay, let me see.
And then you add it here.
Pip. Oh my.
So for those you can just click OK, and then you just move on. You click OK, then OK. You can just cross that. Then you can just try to run your CMD as a admin. Pip version. But I think this will need a restart, so I don't know. I think the machine needs a restart, so we can just operate. We can just let's see if has everybody done that? who is that? Who is that? Okay, you have just muted your mic. So someone is saying I repeat the process. I think I'll just repeat once more. I see if from your side you are able to add the pip
Yeah,
environment.
please, can you repeat it?
Yes.
Please, can you, because I stuck in the edit environment variable. I click 2 times on path.
Okay.
And then user profile where the edit environment. Then after that, because I don't have a search, I have only new edit browse delete.
Can you share your screen so that maybe we can I can help you. I can guide you
Okay.
through that. Yeah.
Yes, I shared now.
Or you have shared.
Yes.
Let me just check this. Yeah, environment variables. You should press environment variables, and everybody should follow environment variables. Just click environment variables.
Then?
Have you clicked your environment variable?
Yes, I clicked here.
So I think you have just shared one page. You should have shared the
Okay, I will. Okay, now
click, and then you see
path.
yeah, path. You should go to path, double click path,
Yes, I did.
and then from your search.
There is no search. It's written edit environmental variable.
Have you seen path?
Yes.
You should double click path.
Yes, I have seen it. Yes.
So I want you to from your search, your search button. You should find
the problem. There is no search. There is only the button new edit browse. So I will go to the browse button.
Which machine are you using?
Windows.
Or Windows? Using Windows. I think you should have a search button. But anyway, we can just let's just continue with the class, and then maybe we can we will use my machine.
Okay.
And then after class, you can just reach out maybe to.
No problem.
She's supposed to check in the Windows search.
Yeah.
She's supposed to check in the Windows search, where it normally searches for anything.
Yeah, I did.
But
so you search PIP.
Let's just get into the lecture. Then maybe afterwards we will.
No problem.
I'll help you with that. So is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. We will just the PIP is for installation of libraries, as I had said earlier, and you need it in your machine. And this one should have been set while installing Python. I think there is somewhere that you are taught to check a button to install pip. So let's just get into our today's work. I'll just show you how to. Let me copy this code here and comment it. So the first thing is to import. Import is a keyword. For now, we want to tell that our machine that we need pandas. So we have to import it, and this is after installation of pandas. So we have import pandas, and then again now we have our this one will act as our data set, but later on we will see how to get data from external files. But in the meantime, you can just have this. So we have cars, and we have passings. So we can see that BMW passed three times. We have Volvo 7 and Ford 2. We can just try and print this, copy this. So what these lines does is just we take a variable here, and now we want to convert this data into data frame. So we will just use the pandas, and then we use the dot operator, and then we convert. We have a function data frame that will help us to convert this data set into a data frame. We can just try to print this out. Let's print out my val, and then we see the output here. We can just try to run through this. I think we can just see this. There is someone who asked a question, or if we were able to maybe convert some list into to display some list into table format. If you guys can remember, and how we do that is you can convert your list into a data frame like we have here. We have the car list, and as you can see, we have just converted our data set into something like it is in tabular format. So we have convert. This is what we call now data frame. This one, huh? You can see we have cars. Initially, we were just printing some data with commas and some quotes, but in this case, you can just see that we have now a table format of our list here. So this is how we just convert our data set into a data frame. First of all, the first step is to import pandas, and then the second step will be now to initialize your data set. You can see we have my data set, and then we have some data here. we can just even add some few things here. We can maybe just color. We can also add color here. Let's just add color column here. Control Z. Then let's add 3 colors. We can have blue. We can have a green. I don't know whether we have a green Volvo. Green. And then we can have the last color as yellow. Let's see the output here, so that we can see if we have added another column in we should have a comma here. Okay, these lists are separated with commas, and now you can just run through this, and then you can just see that we have a table with 3 columns. That is color, passing, and cars. Is everybody able to run this code in his Anaconda? Any person? Yes, there is Suma is able to run the code. Any other person who has been able to? There is also Kasola. Yeah, it's just as simple as that. This is all we have here. Just converting our data set into a data frame, and this is our data frame. I think you can just continue, and I just used data frame, and I had not told you what data frame is. So in Pandas, data frame is a 2-dimensional data structure, like a 2-dimensional array or a table with some rows and columns. So you should not get worried to hear a new term data frame. It just means this, a dimensional structure with a 2-dimensional array or a table with rows and columns. I think we can have more practice here. I'll just copy this one and try to paste it here. Let me just comment out this one. This is just for practice. Let me just comment out this one. So again, the first step, always the first step, is to import pandas. But now we are going to import pandas as PD. As PD. This PD is just a short form for pandas, but you can use any other variable. But mostly we use PD to mean pandas. As is also a keyword, and also as I had said earlier, that import is also a keyword. So we import pandas as a PD, and then we are just going to use it here. Yeah, I think I have some issues. Let me just use this, edit this. we have our data here, and our data has two columns. These are our columns, and you can just you should be able to notice from our previous example, the words that we put here will be our columns. So we have the calories, and then we have the duration. So these will be our columns. If you can also not you can also choose not to add column names, but again, nobody will know what data you are just presenting. So it is good always to have column names. So we can just try and print these. Let's just have this code here. It's just a very simple thing to implement. You can just add comment on this one. So the first thing, we are just going to load our data. That is load our data. And how we do that is just using a variable name, and then we have our PD. Now we are not going to use pandas as we had used here above. So I think PD is a bit more easier to like use, instead of writing the whole word pandas. So you can since we had imported our pandas as PD, we can now use the PD. So it will be PD dot data frame, and now we pass in our data. I think up to that point we are together, unless if someone is having a question. And we can just now print our df. This df simply means data frame. It's just a variable name. You can choose any variable name as long as it makes sense, and then you can just try to print out something, but we are getting an error. We are getting an error saying invalid non-printable character. We can just try to use a single quote. Let's just use single quotes here, and then we see how this works. I don't know what is the issue with this. Invalid non-printable character. Has anybody experienced the same issue? For those who are following, has anybody experienced the same issue? Victor,
Yes.
have you experienced the same error?
No, I'm using Google Colab and mine is running.
Our yours is running.
Yes.
I don't know what is the issue with this anaconda here. I think it should be able to run. Let me just try to run it again. Let me try to replace this. For those who are using Anaconda, has anybody experienced the same issue? You can just delete this. Let's try to I think we can just write this code again. Let's just insert another cell here. The first step we said it is an import. Let's just do it very fast. Import pandas. As PD, and then we should have a variable name here, data, and then we have some calories. These should be in double quotes or single quotes, and then we can just have a list here. We can have 12, 23, and then maybe 45, and then we can just copy paste these here below. Let's see this. This one was, what was this? It was something with the duration. And then from there, let me just run this to ensure that we are not experiencing any issue here. That is an indent issue. I think so far we are good to go. Then the other part is loading your data set. That is the second step. And then we can just have data frame is equals to we use now our pd dot data frame, and then we pass in our data. Let's see if we have any problem up to that point. I don't think we have any problem, and then we can just have a print our df. Oh, sorry for that. Df, sorry, and then we can just try to run this. Oh, we have df. We are printing our data frame df, not df. I think now everybody should be able to get an output. So Is everybody able to convert his data into data frame so far? Are you able to follow? I think there was issue with my network, but it's solved. Is everybody able to follow? Someone just to confirm. Nathan, are you able to follow? Or any other person? Collins, Gichohi, Victor, you can just unmute your mic and just tell us if you're able to follow. Haji, are you guys able to follow? Who is having a question? Up to that point. Any question? Any question? Alvin? Any question up to that point?
You got lost. We are waiting for you.
Oh, okay. There was an issue with my network, but I've solved it. Are you able to follow up to that point? I was creating this one for calories and duration, and I think now it's able to run. So is everybody able to follow now, or any person with a question up to that point? Buchiti, are you able to follow? You can just confirm.
What's the difference of having the first line as import pandas and import panda as PD?
Okay, that is a good question. Another question? Any other person with a question? Okay, the reason we're using import pandas is PD is just for like simplicity, well coding. So what is simpler, like writing pandas in your code throughout, and writing PD? I think PD is fast to type, so we just use PD. it doesn't have like enough reason, but it is just for maybe fast coding. We don't have any reason for like a good reason for that. It's just for to enable you like not type a lot when maybe doing some conversion of data sets into data frames. So I think it is easier to write PD than writing the whole word pandas. We have no any other reason for that. Any other question? I think we are good. Any other question?
Here.
Yes.
So when do we use this Nini? When do assuming we are doing data analysis or data whatever, when do we need to use this this formula?
This library.
This code library, yes.
Yes. This one is what we will be using all through when doing data analysis with Python. So converting, I think most of you have heard of the CSV files. You can also import data as a JSON file. So we have to convert them into data frames so that we are able to work with them. So Ari had mentioned that Pandas has a lot of functions to do some cleaning, analyzing, and exploring, and also manipulating data. So it's only that we are using just a dummy data here, but soon we will learn how to import some data. So this is the tools that you are going to be using all through when you're doing data analysis. Any other question?
Can we put colors maybe on the headlines, like calories on this data?
On this data, at this point, no. This is just a data frame. This is just a data frame. You will also have to visualize data. This one is just for we will come into visualization.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other question? There is someone who has typed something. PD gives pandas an alias or a nickname. Yeah, I think someone has just given us the meaning for PD there. It's hello Haji.
Okay, kidogo urudishe ile mahali ulikuwa umecode ile mambo na import pandas. I was somehow late today.
At this point.
Yeah, this one. Okay, let me just screenshot.
Oh, so you
okay, it's okay. You can go.
Okay, are you good now?
Yeah.
Are you good? All?
Yeah.
Okay. There is someone who is telling us an interesting thing there. PD gives pandas an alias or a nickname, which is often used to simplify code when calling functions and methods for the library. I think I had covered that. It's just for simplicity while writing codes. I think that is that. Any other person with a question? I think we should
Hello?
Yes?
Yes, mine, I don't know, but it ran wrong, an error.
You're getting an error. Which error? Can you just share your screen just for a minute? We help you debug your code. able to share your screen? As he shares his screen. So we can just now go to Dar. Are you able to share your screen? Before we get to how to locate rows.
It's not visible.
Let me see. Yes, you are sharing your email. An email here.
Okay, just a minute. It is here. It's not showing.
No, not yet. Are you able to share? You can just go to the tab that is having your code. So we can see your code. Dar. Okay.
What is the problem?
Just you will just take the screenshot and then send it. I'll just look at that, and then I'll help you since you are not able to share your screen. So let's get into locate. This should be row locate. So as you can yes. Dad, you can just mute your mic.
Yes.
Yeah, mute your mic. Good. We can just get through how to locate some rows in our data frame, and how we do that, we use there is a lock keyword. So and that is what I want to use at this moment, so that we can maybe get to know how it works. So we are saying that pandas use the lock attribute to return one or more specified rows, and refer to the rows as index. So we can just copy these to print out a single row.
I can't see the screen.
Is it everybody who is not able to see the screen? Let me just share.
Yes.
What about now?
Yes, it's okay.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that I want us to see how we locate a certain row in a data frame, and how we do that is by using the lock the LOC attribute to print specified row. So we can just have this print. We can just write it here. So we just have to, let's comment out this one and see what will be the output. So we just pass in our df, and then we use the dot operator, then we use the lock attribute. Then inside this squared bracket, we just write the index of the row that we want to print. So it can be 0 or maybe 1, depending on the row that you want to the row that you want to print. So we can just run this code and maybe see the output of this, and I think we can just see this. We have now, we don't have a table format. We just have, we are just printing our first column here, since we passed in the zero column. So you can see we have just printed the first column here of our data. So we have the calories duration, that is 12. We can just maybe pass, let's pass 2 and see what will be the output. And then I think everybody is able to see that we are getting 45. As I had said earlier, that in arrays or list, we start with 0. We start with index 0, going forward. And that is it. That is the function of lock attribute, is just to print out specified columns in our data set. Up to that point, who is having a question? Any question up to that point? I think yes.
Pardon kindly, it was so fast.
Oh, okay. What I'm saying is that we use the lock, the L. I think let me just comment out this one, and then I just I can just comment something here, and then say using r locked specified column. So we use this lock to print out a specified column of our data set, I mean. So we will just need to pass our data frame, that is this variable that holds our data frame, and then we use the dot operator here, and then we add the lock attribute, and then in here in the square bracket, we just have to add the index that we want to print out. So you can just pass any index based on the data that you have. So in our case, we just printed out the second. Is it the second? We index 2. which represents the third column here. So this is our printout. We have the calories, and that is 45, and duration. I think everybody should now be able to understand that. So any question up to that point? Yeah, I think we just good to continue. And I think we can just go to you can also use a list of indexes. I think we can just try to, if you want to print more than one column, you can use indexes. You can just use the log to do that. Let's just try out with this. And we just run through this code. We see what is the output here. You can see now we are printing out our, this is our first, this is our first row, and our second row. So this is our first, this one will be our first row, and it is indexed at 0, and then we have our second row indexed at 1. So you can just add more if you want to print, let's say, all the rows. Let's just run through this, and you can just see that. So this log is a vital attribute. This log is a vital attribute that will help you to print out specific columns. Sometimes, and we will see that sometimes you can have a data set with a lot of columns, and you might not maybe like to use all the columns, and therefore you can just so that you're able to see, to visualize your maybe data. We use this log to show the rows that maybe you want to use. It's a very vital attribute, and we will see how it operates with large data sets. So that is that, unless if a person have a question. If there is no question, you can just go to named indexes. With the index argument, you can name your own indexes. And add a list of names to give each row a name. And we can just see, we have an example. We have an example here. I think we should run this example. But I think it is the same example we had, but this time round we have some index names here. So what we can just copy is just this. let's just copy paste this just right here. We have some issues here. We should have a quotation. This should be a quotation also. This is if now you want to name these columns. You can just press. Let's edit these. I don't know why when I open a certain file in Anaconda, it always just brings some, instead of showing quotes, it shows some some stuffs here. So I think everybody is now able to see these. We have our data frame here, and then initially we used to pass our data in our DF, but now we can just even pass some indexes. If you want, maybe again to let's say we want to name our indexes differently. You can see in our case here we had calories, some duration. I think we can now just try to print out this, and we see what will be our output here. You can see that now we have I think I should print these before and after, so that you can notice the difference. You can just cut this one and just print it before and after naming our indexes. Let's see the output here. Initially we have the 1, 2, 3 indexes, but you can see now we have some reasonable names for our indexes. So these might not be meaningful, but now naming your indexes like this, you can just see that day 1 there was calories 12 and the duration was 12, and as we continues to day 2 and day 3. So this is how we name our indexes. If at all we need some different names for our indexes. It's just as simple as that. Up to that point, who is having a question, or maybe someone who needs clarification before we continue? Any question up to that point? Mochiti, Mochiti, do you have a question? Or any other person? You can just raise up your hand. I see who is having a question about that. There is Victor. Victor is having a question. You can unmute your mic, please.
Yes, I'm trying to run this code,
Okay.
and it is not running on my side.
In your side.
Yes.
You will just share your screen, and then you can check that. Any other person is having an issue with running the code? Victor, you should be sharing your screen. Muchito, do you have a question? Muchiti, your mic is on.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I'm able to see your screen.
Yes.
Muchiti Joseph, can you mute your mic? Thank you. Yes, I can see your code. Yes, I can see what the problem is. That is in your df is equals to pd.dataframe. You have just pressed the indexes outside the parentheses. The index part.
Yes.
Yes, you should just the closing parenthesis should be at the end of your statement.
Oh, this one.
Yes, it should be at the end of that line. Yeah. That.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Any other person who is having an issue? Anybody? I don't think there is any other person who is having an issue, so we can just continue with the other part. So that is how we do that. Any other person who is having a question? You can just raise up your hand if you have an issue. Alvin, are you able to follow?
Yes, I'm okay.
Oh, okay. Let's just continue with the locate named indexes. You use the named index in the log attribute to return the specified row. I think we just did that. You can just try with using the log to print out your index attribute, or you can just have an example here. Let me just copy this one out and try to do a print here. And let's see the difference here. There should be quotes in between here. Yeah, let's see this.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, we are not able to see your screen.
Oh, let me just share it again. I think when you guys share your screen, my screen just exits. So sometimes I keep forgetting to reshare my screen. But are you able now to see my screen? I think now everybody is able to see my screen, yeah? So what we are doing here is just trying to print out our named indexes using the log attribute. And how we do that is just it's just a printout. It has no difference with the other one that we had just printed, but we can just try out this. and then see what will be the output. I can just comment out this one and this. Let's try to print out our name. Yes, it should be like it should be just like this. So we have the calories, duration, and then the day, the name of the index, that is day 2. The link, that is our day 2 in our, yeah, this is our day 2 here. This one is our day 1, and then this one is our day 2. I think that is that. We can also try to print out day 1. And then we see that is calories, then duration, and then name of the index is day 1. I think it's just that simple. We can just go to the other part. So we can now try out. We stop using dummy data and load some files into a data frame. So all through we have been using dummy data, but by saying dummy data is this data that we have just hard coded here. What is it? These you can just see this is hard coded data, but we always have we can load files into our data frame. So if your data sets are stored in a file, we are told that Pandas can load them into data frame. Example is load a comma separated files, the CSV file, into our data frame. This is what I was saying. So how we do that is there is a snippet here that I want us to run through. Copy. Let's try to paste it somewhere here. You can just comment out this one and say loading data from CSV file using Pandas. We can just uncomment out these. Yeah, in here we should just pass in our data, our CSV file, or I can just take you through the code. The first step should be to import Pandas as PD. Then we just have a variable name that we will assign it to our data, and in this case we are just using the df. I want to introduce to you to another function that is that comes in with Pandas, that is read CSV file. So this is a function, an inbuilt function for Pandas, As I told you earlier, pandas have many functions, like to read, manipulate, to do some evaluation on data. So we have a lot of input functions in pandas. So for this case, let me just load. Just give me a minute. I load the data, a CSV file. Just a minute. Yes, I want to load my data CSV file. Just a minute. Any person who is having a question up to that point, as I load my data, my CSV file. Any person with a question up to that point? You can just ask any question if you have one. As I load my data, just right here. Just a minute. I copy these. Let me copy it and paste it here.
I'm sorry, but we can't be able to see your screen.
Yes, I'm about to share. I was just loading my data set so that we can be able to use it. Just right here. Yeah, let me just share it now. Enter screen. Good. This is the data set that I want us to use. Just right here. This is the data set that I want us to use. I can just open it, and then you'll just see it. I just have like to copy this name here, so that we can just use it here. So this should be lecture 4. It's opening. Yeah, we can just press it here. It should be in between quotes, and let's just run this code to see if you're able to load our data. Let me just comment out this, and let's try to run this one. So we are facing an issue here. We are told that we have some issues. I don't think this is the right name. Let me just confirm. 1 minute. Let's check this. Just run. Yeah, good. I think now everybody is able to see my data here. We have some we have these columns. We have here. We have industry code, and then we have industry name. These are this is how we lead. We lead. We will come to use this data set for our analysis. I think everybody is able to see the data set. It has about 17,000 rows and seven columns. But the main purpose of this one at this moment is just how to read a CSV file, and this is the function that we use to read a CSV file. I think everybody should be able to read a CSV file. If you have any in your machine, local machine, I'll share this one as I share this notebook, so that you can be able also to run the codes. Any question up to that point? Any person with a question or maybe needs a clarification?
Do you have the same data in this system, in our systems?
No. That is a data set that I just downloaded online, and I think we will use it for some analysis.
Maybe can you share with us so that we also?
Yes, I'll share it. I'll share it with you guys.
We can also import the way you have imported and see if it is working.
Yeah. But it should be able to work also from your side. I'll share the data set. So this is how we do it. Any other question? We can let me just print something here. 5 call is equals to df dot. Let me just try to check something here. Yeah, I think now it is quite visible. We can see the first five rows. So let's just continue for now. I'll just share the I'll share the data set. I know it's messy, it needs a lot of cleaning. We will go through that. I had a reason for choosing that data set, so you should not be worried. The other part is I think we are through with loading files into data frames, and I think you have just gone through this. A simple way to store big data sets is to use the CSV file. That is comma separated files. For those who don't know the full name for CSV, called comma separated values. Is just to just like this. You just import pandas as this, and then you have a df to read through the CSV file. Then you can just decide to print. We have you can use to string to print the entire data frame. I don't think we are going to print that one at this moment, but we will print it some other time while using that data set. We can just read through this max rows, and we have the number of rows returned in is defined in Pandas option settings. So we are told that there is a you can just check. We have you can just print the number of maximum rows you can display at default settings. So how we do that, we just have to use this. We have this line of code that is pandas, that is pindi, then dot options, dot display, and then we have a max rows. This one is just for checking how many rows you are able to display at default settings. So I think most of you are curious how to do that, but here I have a function for doing that. I can just copy it here. I don't have to type it. And let's see at default settings how many how many number of rows are we able to show in our we can just stop printing out this one, and then we print this. Let's see. In this case, the number of maximum rows for that we can display at default settings is 60 rows. What I mean by default settings is your settings as per your machine. So that's why we just use the PD, and then we just use the options, and then there is all of these are just inbuilt. They are inbuilt functions. So we have the options functions, which have again have a display method, and in that display method is where we have this attribute max rows. These are just inbuilt functions within pandas, and that's why I said that it is using functions in Python. It's very good because you just call them. You can just see here you're just calling option functions without even like having to code them, because they are already coded and stored. So we just use this dot operator to call them. and then you will find that display function has some attributes such as max rows, among many others. I think that is it for maximum number of rows that can be displayed. We can just get to the other part. We are told that you can check your system maximum rows with I think different machines have different number of maximum rows that they can display at a go. Mine is 60. I don't know what is yours. After I've shared that file, the CSV file, you can just check, and then maybe you can maybe write in our group. The other part is
Mine is also 60.
oh, yours is also 60.
Yes.
Okay. For those who don't have any other person who have tried out the function. Any other person? Let's see if there is person who is having a different number. Alvin, what do you have?
I'm unable to get the number because I don't have the data set.
You can even use the dummy data set. It is not necessary that you must use that CSV file. You can use even the dummy data set that we were using.
Well, I'm getting 5 columns and 1,000 rows for the CSV I'm using.
Okay, I want you to. Have you checked the number of maximum rows you can display at a go? Using this line of code. Is just right here. Print the PD dot options dot display dot max rows. I think everybody should be able to run this. Is it visible for everyone? Let me just copy it here. You can just use that function. Is anybody having a different number? Alvin is getting 60. Also, Muchiti is having 60. I need a person who have a different number, maybe, if there is any. Any person who is getting a different, you can just copy the line of code and paste it in your Anaconda just to check, and you can just keep posting. I want to see if there is person who is having a different number. The other part is about we have just covered the max rows. We have the display maximum number of rows. In my system, the number is 60. Also, I had checked through that. Let's just come into analyzing data frame. And I don't know if we have enough time to introduce to ourselves to this. I think you are left with about 8 minutes. But I think we can just try it. We can just give it a try and then see where there is we will start by analyzing our data frames. So one of the most method of getting a quick overview of your data frame is using the function head. If you are keen enough, you realized I used this function. That is, if you are keen enough to. Okay, this head function returns the first 5. Is it the first? Yeah, the first 5 number of rows. Again, the head method returns the headers at a specified number of rows, starting from the top. So this is how we use it. You can get a quick overview by printing the first 10 rows, but I think by default it's usually 5. As by default is usually 5, but we can just use that this head function here. I think I had already used that in my code. It's just right here. Only that I didn't comment out this to check those people who are keen. And nobody asked about the head function. I can just comment it here. Let's say using head function to display specified number of rows. I think you can just see before I use this. Before I use this head function, let's just try to print out our data frame without using the head, and then we see how many columns will be displayed. Where is this? We can just print out this. Print out. I think I've commented this. That is df. Then I uncomment it. You can just try to. I'm told there is an expected indent here. That is the bug I'm getting. I think by now you should be able to print. You can see it is printing a number of some columns here. I mean some rows. Sorry for that. And we are printing only how many? Are they 5? Starting from 0. That is 0 to 4. And then we have some 3 dots just to show the continuation up to the last 5. So it is just printing the first 5 and the first 5 and the last 5. So we can just use the head now to the head function to display only the first 5. I think we should just run this, and then you can just see that we are now able to print our first 5 rows of this data. I think everybody is able to see that. if you want to pass maybe a different number of rows, you just pass the number here. So if I pass 10, again we will now print 1 to 9. Are we able to see that? So you can just go up to 100, and then we'll just see that I'm able to display again our data from 0 to 99. Any question up to that point? This is just the head function is just used to have an overview of your data set. Like when you use just head without passing any number here, you will just get to see how many number of columns you have. You will also be able to see the number of first five rows. So it's just used for seeing like the overview, having an overview of your data set. That is the function we always use, and using it is just as simple as this. Just taking your name of your df or the data frame, and then using the dot operator, and then you call that function. Is just as simple as that. I know today some things are getting quite complicated, but they should not be complicated, because I had introduced you to some functions and also the dot operator, so it shouldn't be difficult for you to understand this. But if you have any question, you can just maybe reach out for further clarifications. What I could maybe ask you to do is go through the Pandas documentary, and maybe read some. We cannot be able to cover all the functions that are in Pandas. If you were to cover all the functions in the Pandas library, we can take a year or maybe more than a year to go through them. So I'll just give you a link to the documentary. You just take your time to go through the documentary. Any question up to that point? Any question? Any question? Any question? I think that is it. That is all about Pandas. Tomorrow I'll just is it tomorrow? Tomorrow we are going to learn about the other library, that is NumPy. We will just get to learn what is NumPy, and then I can see our time is up. It's already 8:30. I don't know if I can just take some 5 minutes to help you create account with account for GitHub. So any suggestion? Because I want us to push. I want to push our codes into GitHub. Should I take some 2 minutes of your time? Kasora is saying yes. Any other person who feels that we should take a few minutes to? Okay. We can just get into our browsers and let me just send you the link. GitHub. Let me share with you the link just right here. You can just click that link. For my case, I think I already have an account, but let me just sign out. So that we can move together. Okay, let me just sign out. Is everybody able to click that link? Alvin? Good. I think I'm signing out. Yes, I want to sign out. So I think everybody have this page. You can just click here to sign up. Okay, is everybody able to create an account now? Let me see those who have already created an account. I'll just have to sign in. I have an account already. But if I didn't have an account, I would have like clicked the create button. And then I type in my email here. So anybody who has already created that account now? Alvin, are you stuck?
I already have an account with GitHub.
Muchiti?
I've created, but not the profile.
Okay, you just do the profile. I want to any other person. Let me. You but have you created Moracha? Let me ask already. Casey Sidas, have you created an account? Yes, that is you but has already created. Casey, I want to show you how you do create some repositories. Cases Cyrus, have you created an account?
Bado.
Bado.
My Wi-Fi.
Are you stuck or you're in the process?
I'm in the process, but nimeachwa juu ya Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. Oh, pole. Victor said that he has an account. Nathan? Yes, I have one. So let's just get into it. I'll just have like, for me, I'll just sign in. I want to show you how we create a new repository. So I think everybody is at this page. How we do create our repositories, you just come here, you just click your profile picture if you have one, and then you will just have to click your repositories. Let me just see this. It's taking some. Okay. Or I can just come to dashboard. I don't know why it is taking. Oh, I'm already at. Oh, good. So just come at click this profile photo, and then your repositories. I don't know why mine is just misbehaving. Okay. I think now it's behaving. Okay. You will just have to. I think you will just have to click this new. New button. Are we together up to that point? For those who have an who have already created an account. Yeah. So you will just have to like write your repository name here. You can just write maybe introduction to Python, intro underscore to maybe Python, or maybe Python at Data Analytica, and then you will there will be a message here to just to confirm that your name is available, and then you can just write a small description of what your repository is about. In my case, I'll just use sample repo. Okay, when you click public, this means that your repository is visible to everybody in the internet. But when you make it private, it means that okay, before even we get into private, and your code can be downloaded. If it is public, your code can be downloaded or cloned. That is the term that we use, cloning. Your code can be cloned by someone else, maybe to improve it or maybe to read maybe something. But when you make it private, your code is not available to the public. You are the only guy who can be able to access, or maybe people who have given access. For this case, I'll just I'll do it private, because even it's just a sample repo. And then you can just check this, add a readme, or maybe you can just ignore it for now. This is the readme file is where you just write your description of your project. But in this case, this one is just a dummy project, so I don't have any description. You can also add, you can just leave this field, and then you can choose license for your code. Most of the time you use the MIT or the GNU, that is a generic public license. And then just click this button to create your repository. I think mine is creating. Good. You can see now that we have just come into this repository. I think everybody is able to see that. And there are some commands that I will share in the group that will help you now to upload to upload your project here at this repository. So I'll share with you the commands, so you shouldn't worry so much. So that is it about the GitHub. For me, I have several repositories. I think I have about 18, or maybe, yeah, I have some like 18 repositories. I think that is that. Any question up to that point? I know I've taken you through it very fast because of time. So any question up to that point?
What do you say the repository name?
Yeah.
What do we mean by repository name?
Our repository is like just your project name.
Oh, okay. And description?
A description is just an explanation of what your project contains. You can just give a brief description.
When I type introduction to Python, it's telling me it's already created.
Yes, because I have that repository. You shouldn't. These names are unique.
Okay.
So when you're typing there will be a prompt of maybe informing you that if that name is available.
Okay, so.
Yes. Any other question, please? If we have no any other question, we can just we can just call it a day. And I'm wishing you guys a good night. See you tomorrow. Bye.